Good day, class. Today I'll be dealing with arithmetic sequence and arithmetic mean. Goal of the day: 1. Illustrate an arithmetic sequence, and 2. Determine arithmetic means and nth term of an arithmetic sequence. So to start, I have here sets of numbers or sequence. Let's start with number 1 and tell me what have you observed. 10, 13, 16, and 19. We have noticed that each succeeding term can be obtained by adding 3. Let's move on with number 2. 9, 20, 31, 42. We can observe that to get the succeeding term, we add 11. And lastly, number 3. 57, 49, 41, and 33. We can observe that to get the succeeding term or the next term, we add negative 8. Okay, so these 3 sets of numbers or sequence are all example of an arithmetic sequence. What then is an arithmetic sequence? It's a sequence where each succeeding term is obtained by adding a fixed number. And that fixed number is called common difference. In the formula, it is denoted by letter D. This is the formula in solving for the unknown in an arithmetic sequence. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times d, where a sub n is the last nth term, a sub 1 is the first term, d is the common difference, and n is the number of terms in the sequence. Let's try to have our first example. Determine the 10th term in the arithmetic sequence 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so to solve for the 10th term of this sequence, we will be using the arithmetic sequence formula. All the red part in this formula are the values that we'll be needing to solve for the 10th term. Okay, so they are n, a sub 1, n again, and d. But don't worry, all the values that we'll be needing can be found in the problem itself. Okay, so let's try to find those values. Let's start with the first term or a sub 1. So first term meaning that is the first number in the sequence. In this case, that is 4. Next is the common difference. We can obtain the common difference by subtracting the second term by the first term. So that will be 6 minus 4. That is equal to 2. And lastly, we'll be needing the number of terms. The number of terms in this problem or in this question is 10. Okay, so now that we have these 3, we can now solve for the 10th term of that sequence. Again, the formula of the arithmetic sequence. Substitute the values. N becomes 10, a sub 1, 4, n is again 10, and common difference is 2. Okay, first thing to solve is 10 minus 1. That gives us 9. Bring down 4, bring down 2. Next thing to do is multiply. 9 times 2 is 18. Bring down 4. 4 plus 18 is equals to 22. So we can say that 22 is the 10th term of the arithmetic sequence 4, 6, 8, and 10. Let's move on with example number 2. Determine the 15th term in the sequence 57, 49, 41, and 33. Again, we'll be using this arithmetic sequence formula. Let's try to find those unknown values. Okay, first term is the first number in the sequence, that is 57. Next is the common difference. Let's try again subtracting the second term by the first term. 49 minus 57 is negative 8. Lastly is the number of terms. Number of terms in this question is 15. Okay, let's try to solve. Writing first the formula, substituting the values, n equals 15, a sub 1 is 57, n is 15, common difference is 8. 15 minus 1 is 14. Bring down 57, bring down negative 8. 14 times negative 8, that gives us negative 112. Bring down 57. 57 plus negative 112 is negative 55. Okay, so for this question, negative 55 is the 15th term of the arithmetic sequence 57, 49, 41, 33. Let's move on with arithmetic means. What is an arithmetic means? The terms between any two non-consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence. Okay, example of arithmetic means are the following. They are written in red color. In number 1, the arithmetic mean is 13. It is in between 10 and 16. In number 2, the arithmetic mean is 20 and 31. They are in between 9 and 42. And 3, the arithmetic means are 49, 41, and 33. They are in between 57 and 25. Okay, so arithmetic means are always in between the first and the last term. Let's have an example. Find two arithmetic means between 2 and 8. Okay, so obviously, there are how many terms missing? There are 2. So we'll be inserting 2 terms in between 2 and 8. So the 2 terms that are missing are the second term and the third term. And we can easily find the a sub 2 and a sub 3 if we know the common difference. If we know the common difference, we can supply this missing term. So in solving for arithmetic mean, we'll be using again the arithmetic sequence formula. But this time, the unknown will be the common difference. So we'll be needing the terms in red color. They are a sub n, a sub 1, and the value of n. Okay, so just like solving for arithmetic sequence, the values in red can be found in the question itself. Let's start. Okay, so what is the last term or a sub n? So in this question, our last term will be 8. What is the first term? So in this question, the first term is 2. And the number of terms are, we will count from the first term, the unknown, and the last term. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The value of n is 4. So now that we have those three, we can solve for the common difference. Okay. So let's try to solve. Substitute the values or the unknown values. So a sub n becomes 8, a sub 1 becomes 2, and n becomes 4. First thing to solve here will be 4 minus 1, that is 3. Bring down d, bring down 2, and bring down also 8. Next thing to do with this equation is to combine similar terms. Since 2 and 8 are both constant, we can combine them at one side of the equation. So we can transpose 2 on the other side, joining 8. But remember, if you transpose 2 to the other side, you will change its sign. So positive 2 becomes negative 2. You will notice here it becomes negative. So 8, nilipat si 2, naging negative. That becomes 8 minus 2 equals, bring down lang si 3D. Okay? So solve tayo. 8 minus 2 is 6. Bring down si 3D. Okay, so we are needing to find the value of D. So we need to isolate D. So to isolate D, we need to divide both sides by 3. Dividing both sides by 3, it will give us 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 3D divided by 3 is D. So the value of D or the common difference is 2. Okay, now that we have the value of the common difference, let's go back with the question. Okay, so we have the first term is 2. We all know that the common difference is 2. We add that fixed number to 2, that becomes 4. We add again 2 to 4, that becomes 6. We add 2 to 6, that becomes 8. So it satisfies the sequence. So meaning, the two arithmetic means between 2 and 8 are 4 and 6. To understand this better, let's have one more example. Find three arithmetic means between 17 and negative 15. Okay, so this time we are looking for three arithmetic means. So first term will be 17. We'll be inserting three unknown term, so that will be a sub 2, a sub 3, and a sub 4, and the last term or the fifth term will be negative 15. So again, we'll be needing the common difference to supply this missing term. Let's solve. So let's find the last term or a sub n. In this question, the last term is negative 15. Next, let's find a sub 1. A sub 1 in this example is 17. And counting the number of terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the value of n is 5. We can now solve for the common difference. Substituting the values, a sub n is 15 or negative 15. A sub 1 is 17. N is equals to 5. Okay, so 5 minus 1 is 4. Bring down si D, bring down si 17, and bring down si negative 15. Again, we will combine similar terms. In this case, negative 15 and 17 are both constant. So just like what we did in the first example, transpose natin on the other side of the equation si 17. So we change its sign. It becomes negative 15 minus 17, bring down 4D. Negative 15 minus 17 is negative 32. Bring down 4D. Okay, so to isolate again D, divide both sides by 4. Negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8. 4D divided by 4 is D. So in this case, the value of the common difference is equals to negative 8. Let's go back with the question. Let's apply the missing term. Okay, so first term is 17 plus the common difference which is negative 8, it becomes 9. Plus negative 8, it becomes 1. Plus negative 8, it becomes negative 7. Plus negative 8, it becomes negative 15. So it satisfies the first and last term. So we can say that the three arithmetic means between 17 and negative 15 are 9, 1, and negative 7. That's all for today, class. I hope you enjoy and understand our lesson for today. Goodbye and be safe always.